Don't mind the fan in the background. It was the first one we got.
Boom.
Welcome, all ye who look to be entertained. This is Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
Boom.
How you doing?
We don't say that anymore. That guy's...
Yeah, that's... But he wasn't, like, apparently he didn't do anything.
I mean, apparently. It didn't do anything but annoy the fuck out of me.
Oh, yeah, well, you know. Some people have different thresholds, I guess.
Whatever it took to get rid of him.
Whatever it took to get rid of him.
Just glad we got rid of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tough Talks with
Thili Graves and the Block.
And the Block Saxton, apparently.
Oh, now I gotta be mean to you the whole episode.
I'm going to say Blocker T, yo.
Blocker T, there you go.
There you go.
Blocker T.
There you go. If you're Block Saxton, I would have to go off.
Oh, man. Saxton got his jabs in, though.
Every once in a while he did, but he was also
Absolutely a punching bag a lot of the time.
Like Michael Cole when he first started. Michael Cole was
Michael Cole took shots at Byron Saxton.
Yeah, man. Oh, my gosh. It was terrible. It was so terrible.
Corey was relentless with it, and I loved that. Him and Corey's repartee together was great. They're so good at fucking just being frenemies.
People need to stop pinching up their face when they're taking pictures, but that's not my problem. I'm sorry, Jesus. Jesus, forgive me. I sometimes have opinions that border on cynical, and I share them with the world because I'm a smooth criminal. Hey! But we're here to talk about what's going on with Raw and SmackDown, and we got some UFC news, and we got some...
Yeah, we got a preview for this week's UFC. We don't got much NJPW. I did not get a chance to crush through Wrestle Kingdom. That is a 12-hour event.
Oh, my gosh.
2 6-hour nights.
Damn.
So I was like...
Every time I started watching it, it got to a point where I was like, oh, this is going to be daunting. I need to do something different for a minute.
I can only imagine sitting through it in the stadium.
Oh, God. That would be rough. It'd be very exciting and all that as well, obviously, but that would be that'd be a hard pull to get through an entire Wrestle Kingdom in the audience. Because I could pause it and walk away.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I remember, like, the WrestleMania, the 8-hour, 9-hour WrestleMania. That was...
Oh, yeah, we've had some long ones. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, man.
And part of being a wrestling fan is
dealing with some occasionally overly long shows.
Well, yeah, man. Give me a second. I'm noticing more, like, it's like I had free time, and I'm like, let me do a podcast. And now that I'm doing a podcast, everybody want to be messaging me and shit when I'm doing my podcast and stuff. It's like, I appreciate the attention, motherfuckers, but pay it to me when I'm not busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you want to pay attention to me now, do it on Spreaker.com.
Exactly, / The Tyrell Effect.
Yep.
Boom.
Boom.
If only someone could bring me down my cable for my speaker.
not to break the fourth wall, but that was the Block yelling to his wife and or child to bring him down a wire.
More the child than the wife, really. Yeah. More the child than the wife will know where it is. The child will probably bring it down. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to touch base on. I guess I could call it up on here. Let me call up the speaker. I'll just call it on my phone. It's easier that way. Oh, man. You know what? We're starting with Raw. Raw from January...
10th. No, 6th.
January 6th. January 6th, yeah. Raw.
Yeah, 10th was SmackDown.
I love how this guy does everything from memory. Meanwhile, I'm struggling to find the app on my phone. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. I got this. Wait. Hold on. What the hell? What in the hell? What in the Sam hell? Yo, listen, tweet that. By the way, for those of you who don't know, we make music and stuff.
Yeah, we do.
I got my Cheshire Black album available for pre-sale starting tomorrow. It releases on January 23rd.
Yeah.
I'd like y'all to download that for me, and that would be great.
Do it.
Do it. Okay. There we go.
Delivery.
Special delivery. No, not that one. The one in the package. Yeah. I already have that one, but thank you. I thought we had. Don't we have a courier? Oh.
I thought we made one.
We have an in-house courier. It was funny. As literally...
Block went old farmer with it. He had a kid, so he had something to do things for him.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But y'all
suckers are doing it to get cute pictures and dress them up in cute outfits. Block did the smart thing. He got a delivery kit.
Listen, man. I'm telling you, trained efficiently and effectively. You know what I'll do though? Sometimes
shot caller.
I know, straight up. Sometimes
straight up. No.
Straight up. Some days, I'll feel bad because I'll be in the basement and she'll be all the way upstairs, and I'll be like, "Ari, can you get this for me?" And she'll get it for me, and it's like, "But can you get that for me?" Because I forget. There's a chain of things.
Yeah.
And the third time, if I have to ask her 3 times in less than a half an hour to get something for me, I'm paying her.
Yeah.
She's getting paid on the third time or something like that. It's just like, here, my bad. I didn't mean to work you so hard.
Ari be praying you forget one more thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. Oh, wait, never mind. I think I have it.
Oh, my God.
I think I have it. Listen
Your
to me.
kangaroo pouch.
My kangaroo
I hit
pouch.
you again.
I think I might have it in there.
Oh,
No, that's not it. Okay, so we're gonna get to
Raw.
We're gonna get to Raw.
Raw is war.
Shows.
But not anymore.
Shows. All right, Raw. Okay. Okay.
Well, we know how Raw started.
You know how Raw started?
Because Raw started big
Big
time.
with the WWE champion, Brock Lesnar, declaring number 1 for the men's Royal Rumble match.
You heard that right. So, if y'all remember correctly, last week we were wondering, they haven't done nothing to build up who Brock Lesnar is going to face at the Royal Rumble yet. When are these motherfuckers going to tell us who Brock's going to face at the Royal Rumble? How come we don't know who he's facing? Ain't nobody makes sense to face him right now.
You know who Brock Lesnar's going to face?
29 other men.
29 everybody.
Maybe 28 men and probably 1 woman will sneak in.
You know what I mean?
Nia Jax making a return in the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Well.
Nia Jax gonna beat Brock Lesnar.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, could you imagine that Samoan splash?
I said Roman last week.
They're going to switch it to Roman's cousin.
Roman's cousin. Oh my gosh. Danger.
Watch your back. Go mystical up in this place.
Mystical up in this mofo. I'm telling you.
But yeah, amazing. Amazing start to the show. Amazing announcement. I love this. I think that is a great way to use Brock Lesnar. If you have to have Brock Lesnar as your fucking champion for ungodly reasons, then you make that motherfucker fight 29 of the motherfuckers at least once a year.
Lesnar. Oh my gosh. Like that reestablishes him as the dominant.
Yeah.
As the dominant. He's like, oh, Braun Strowman, eh? Oh, okay.
And what if you get eliminated, third?
Then you're guaranteed a new WWE
And that's
champion.
what I was going to say. So I did not misunderstand this, right? He is putting the title on the line.
His title on the
willingly
line.
on the line in the Royal Rumble.
On the line in not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. This is the most epic Royal Rumble I think we're ever going to see.
Yeah, I think it might be a big. I think that's huge.
Never been done before.
And I think they wouldn't have did. I don't think they would have did that unless they had big plans for
somebody to return.
For something there.
Something something mega is going to happen.
Something.
Yes, my darling. Thank you. All right. That was the wifeager entering and passing me something that I required.
Something. They have to have something set.
Something has to, like...
Because that's an interesting fucking move.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest moves in WWE history.
It's massive.
It's massive. Okay. We'll come back to that at the end.
Yeah.
United States champion Andrade defeats Rey Mysterio.
Whew, what a match. I mean, no surprise there. It was incredible. Like, these two just know how the fuck to work a match together. They can call it on the fly, and it's still spectacular. But yeah, it was great. There was some sort of shenanigans.
Some sort of shenanigans? Come on, bro. Zelina Vega.
I'm trying to remember the exact shenanigans that she pulled, though. Yeah, okay, no. Zelina got involved, and there was a removal of a mask, and then Zelina carried that mask all the way up the ramp after the match, celebrating and fucking with the mask.
Wait a minute, hold on. Didn't something happen after they were dealing with the mask, though? Behind the scenes? Yeah, that boy got his ass beat. That boy got his ass beat. Latino Heat style, bro. Rey Mysterio came out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Rey Mysterio came out of nowhere with his mask, not even without his mask, beat the snot out of Andrade, and then took his mask back.
Yeah, he did. And you know what?
What?
I need Rey to get a big win at the Rumble.
That would be epic.
I mean, that would be a hell of a move to have Rey win the Royal Rumble and become the champion.
Oh, man.
Off of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah? Be the 30th one in?
No.
Yeah?
No, that cheapens it.
Cheapens it? Oh, yeah.
Cheapens it. He's got to be like the 12th or I'd say he's got to be 15th or earlier for it to be huge.
Okay.
I think it's big either way, but I mean, to be huge, I think you put him in at like 13, 12, somewhere there.
So how many people you think Brock Lesnar's going to eliminate?
36.
36?
He'll drag a bunch of fans in and throw them over.
Saying just got out the ring, throw the referee in the ring, then throw the referee out.
Yeah. It's just to get more eliminations.
Oh man. That's great. Oh, shit.
Slide under the ropes, grab a commentator, bring him in, throw him over the fucking rope, have them land back in their chair like nothing happened.
Oh my goodness. The land in the chair, nothing happened, he says. Oh my gosh. That is great. Oh my gosh. The Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders, defeat the Street Profits and the OC in a triple threat match.
Yeah, fuck me. I thought this was going to be at the Rumble that this triple threat title match happened. I thought that was the plan. It happening on Raw is cool, but it's also kind of like, that seems like a Rumble match. Like, that seems like a big boy match. Like
It was.
You throw that on pay-per-view, you know? It was a great match. It was a fucking amazing match.
But I'm noticing Heyman's doing that. Every now and again, he'll throw a pay-per-view caliber match on Raw.
Madness on there, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like,
Dope.
even,
I like it.
it's
I like
stellar.
it, but it's
One of those things I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm not even going to lie. When I saw it, I was just like, oh, okay. And then I saw also the title. I was just like, what?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was like,
I knew we were getting a triple threat title match, but I thought they had announced that for the Rumble. But I guess not. I guess that was just the next week we're doing this. And like, great
or
match.
they announced it for the Rumble, and then they just pulled it from the Rumble.
I mean, that's what happened with that one women's triple threat tag team match. It was supposed to be on the pay-per-view, and then it got moved to TV because they wanted to be able to give it enough time.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, very possible, very cool. Just I love getting shit like that on just a regular Monday. Really cool shit. Street Profits dripping.
Dripping with swag.
Fucking OC, just killing it all day. Only club that matters. And Viking Raiders, fantastic team, still killing it, still intense at all times.
them. Oh, you know what's going to be? Well, there it is. Royal Rumble's going to be them versus AOP, maybe.
Maybe.
It would make sense.
It would, but like, oh man, can you like stretch that extension cord this way?
Which one?
There's a white one on the floor, or there should be a white one on the floor. If there's not, don't worry about it. No, it's not. Don't worry. Never mind. Never mind. I'll just catch on this side. For those of you wondering why I need an extension cord, I'm running low on my battery, 18%. But Asuka confronted Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch.
Yeah, this is at the moment, other than now the actual Rumble itself, this is my most anticipated Rumble match. The man versus Asuka.
The man versus the Empress.
Yeah, the man versus the legend. Becky put up a thing today on Twitter talking about the PWI Pro Wrestling Insider like top 50 or 500 wrestler list that they do.
Yeah.
And Becky was up at the top of that. Only woman to ever have topped that. And she posted it and said, "That's lovely. I appreciate the rewards. I respect the recognition, but none of it will mean anything until I beat the best female wrestler in the world right now, Asuka." So Asuka versus Becky is going to be a huge match, and that match is going to be spectacular.
There's implications. There's some significant implications.
Yeah.
I think it has the
think
capacity.
Becky loses.
Huh?
I think Becky loses.
I think it has the capacity to be better than the Charlotte and Sasha feud.
Yeah, me too.
Because they're more like they're not as fluffy.
Yeah.
So to speak. You know what I mean? They're like, not to say they don't have glamour to them, but they're not as much into the glamour as they are the grit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they are gritty, competitive wrestlers rather than flashy. And Sasha and Charlotte are nothing if they're not flashy. They are both very very good wrestlers too.
Wrestlers
but they are
prime.
flashy as fuck.
Yep.
And Becky, there's little bits of flash to Becky and Asuka, their entrances, but outside of that, they are very hard, technical, competitive athletes.
Yeah, Asuka's entrance is all flash.
Oh yeah,
all flash.
Even Becky's with all the steam and the
the steam part, yeah.
Like
yeah,
it's all.
yeah,
they're both very flashy entrances. I mean, and almost everyone is a flashy entrance. Almost.
Of course, that's the whole point.
That's the whole big entrance.
Yeah.
But they very much turn it on once they get out past that. So I think it's going to be great. I don't know if it'll be at the Rumble. Maybe this feud goes to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But
now that you said it,
I think Asuka comes out on top of this as champion.
Now that you're saying that, yeah.
I mean, because I think Becky and Seth are going to get married soon. They'll, I would suspect probably a little after Mania, finish the season sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Quote unquote season. And then take a little honeymoon vacation sort of shtick.
Come to Canada.
Yeah.
Niagara
Go
Falls Pacific.
Yeah, go somewhere nice. Go somewhere nice.
That's great.
But yeah, it's gonna be. I think Asuka comes out on top of this, and I think we might actually get a really good main roster Asuka title run.
Well, maybe they'll restart a streak.
Maybe that'd be very cool.
Yeah.
I'd be into that. I loved the streak. I thought the streak was ended too early.
I did not see Charlotte ending the streak.
No.
And
not in that way. It was so...
It's so plain.
There was nothing to it. It just kind of happened.
It was just plain. It was almost like the Brock Lesnar thing.
Yeah.
It was like Brock didn't even know that he won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just happened and was there. So, I mean, we'll see. But I do think Asuka should come out on top of this overall. And it's the first time where I've been at a point so far where I'm like, yeah, this is the person to beat Becky. This is where you go with it after Becky. And then Becky takes a little time off, comes back, reignited. Crowd is all fired up again for her when she returns. And you throw her right back in that fucking main event scene.
I don't know. I want to throw the idea of a disqualification loss in there.
I mean, maybe during the feud at some point, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, disqualification
But
loss.
the
somewhere.
blowover can't be, because title can't change hands on a
Exactly.
DQ.
Like, I see it as, like, a desperate move. Like,
Oh, like
as
Becky turning
as a
heel?
Option B.
Like Becky turns heel?
Becky she's anti-hero right now. She
Right.
doesn't have to turn heel per se.
But anti-hero and
Asuka's a full heel.
she is right now.
Yeah, so Becky would play the role of the face. So, like...
But if she snaps on her and gets DQ'd to save her title, there's a couple ways you can do that where she still comes off good. Like if Asuka does, treacherous, cowardly heel bullshit to fucking drive her to that for sure. I don't like feuds ending on a DQ.
Green Mist, yes or no?
Green Mist, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, Green Mist should never go away.
Tajiri made that.
Yeah.
Definitely made that
Yeah.
staple. And actually, no, it goes back to Fuji-san and Assault.
Yeah, but the Green Mist specifically.
It was Tajiri.
Actually, I don't even know if it was Tajiri. I think there was another Japanese wrestler who may have done it before Tajiri, and he gave it to Tajiri to do. I can't remember. I'll have to look that up at some point.
All right. Well, until then,
Yeah.
Eric Rowan defeats KJ Orso.
Yeah, jobber. Sure, and to basically the real answer or the real response to that headline is sure did. But the big thing is right after that, he's backstage, and Mojo Rawley sees him.
Yep.
And Mojo Rawley says, "Yo, Rowan, I gotta know what's in that cage." It's like, I won't tell anybody. You can show me. Just let me have a peek. And Rowan allows it. And one of the best backstage comedy moments we've seen in a while, actually. I think it played so well, like surprisingly well for how simple it was. But he just looks in, he takes a little tiny peek under the thing, and the camera's right up on his face. Just, ah! Oh my god! Oh, what did you... Oh, you're sick. You're sick.
Yep.
What is wrong with you? And he goes away. And actually, sorry, I'm wrong. That was before he beat Jobber McJobberson. Because then when he beat Jobber McJobberson, he also let Jobber McJobberson see what was in that cage under the blanket. And when Jobber came out from looking at it,
His eyes
he had like
some
weird shit on his face. Like it
I
looked.
think it was supposed to be blood, like his eyes got clawed out or something.
It almost looked like he had. Well, it didn't even look like that. It looked like he had got. I mean, it looked like he had gotten a non-green misted. Like it almost looked like he had been burned, like a chemical burn.
Oh, okay. From when I saw it, it just looked like I saw look. It looked like blood was on his face, and then like he was holding his eyes like it got clawed out or something.
Did you see the HBO show Chernobyl they did last year?
Can't say I did.
So it's about Chernobyl, the big nuclear disaster in the Ukraine back in the day, right? If anybody at home has seen Chernobyl, Homeboy's face looked like he had just taken a peek into the reactor. Like, it was all dotted and weird. So yeah, I want to. Now I've said it for a few weeks now, but I need to know what the fuck is in there. I need to know what is in there.
What are you like? What do you think?
I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
No, honestly, this guy usually has a read on everything. So for him not to know,
I don't know.
Be driving him crazy.
I don't know what it is. It's not even that I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I don't know what it could be, and it's annoying the fuck out of me in the best way possible because I just want to know. I need to know what's in the box.
What's in the box?
Like, I'm going 7 on this shit. What's in the box?
What's in the box? Oh man.
Like, fuck.
Well, moving forward.
No, what's in the box? I need to know. I'm not moving forward until I know what's in this fucking box.
You're sitting down in this ring.
Yes, I'm sitting down in this ring until somebody shows me what's in that fucking cage.
Yes.
I'm annoyed.
Yes. All right. AJ Styles defeats Akira Tozawa using a lot of Randy Orton's moves.
This was great. I feel sorry for my boy Akira because my boy got bodied over and over again. But he took like a phenomenal forearm, and then AJ was like, "Nah," and picked him up. And then he hit him with, I think, a Styles Clash.
I don't know if it was a Styles Clash
or was it
the draping DDT.
Right?
The DDT that I named.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
He hit him with the draping DDT, and then no, and then he on the ground.
Oh yeah.
And he hit him with the RKO.
Yep.
And 1, 2, 3, showing massive disrespect to Randy Orton.
He did not do his pose properly at all.
No.
Did not do his pose properly
And
at all.
I would go so far as to say I don't even think he maybe intended to do it properly. I think he might have been making fun of poor Randall.
Oh fuck! Oh man, like I don't know what he was doing. His one arm was cocked out, and I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you like? You gotta bend the arm.
It looked like this. It looked like if Randy Orton and Scott Hall from '99 had a kid.
Oh my gosh! It was almost like the. It's almost the too sweet the points.
The drunk, but like the ones that he did when he was too drunk.
Oh
in
my
like
gosh.
the later years of WCW.
He's just like, hey yo.
Like
It looked like that, but
yeah.
and it was great.
For those of you who can't see us, which is most of you,
it's fine.
It's really hilarious the movements that Thili is actually making right now. All right. We got another one coming up. Bobby Lashley challenged
Rusev, as Bobby calls him.
Rusev.
Listen, Rusev. Like, first of all, shut the fuck up, Bobby Lashley.
Front door. Shut it.
You got Lana now. Let her do the talking. She's better at it than you. That's why you've had Lio Rush, fucking being the silent type, and now Lana in the course of a year because you can't talk on the mic. God damn it! Like, you're not good at it.
I hate to talk to a former military representative like that, but he's right, man.
Listen,
you ain't
he
making us look
weren't
good
no
on the
drill
mic.
instructor.
I don't know, man. He's
Get
like,
Arlie Ermey's ghost in there. Arlie Ermey will give it a good mic.
As good as he's making us look physically, he's not making us look good
God, he's an
intellectually.
Adonis.
He's not, like, intellectually.
Like,
he's
don't
kinda
hurt
like,
me, Bobby. Like, I love you.
Don't gorilla press slam me or nothing, man. I'm just saying, like, you need to step up your talking game. You can't, like, no, bro. Like,
carved out of fucking granite. But, like, my God.
Like, this guy flexes and, like, the air moves and shit. Like,
the air breaks.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing so built?
It's fucked.
What?
So, like he's massive and he's a specimen, but
I can't wait.
Boy can't speak.
I can't wait for the Bobby Lashley Brock Lesnar collision again.
It's gotta happen.
It has to happen.
It has to.
It has to.
It's probably gonna happen in the Rumble.
Either that or Overeem.
What
if Overeem comes to the fucking Rumble?
Overeem's not coming to the Rumble, but
what if?
Overeem has to get his face repaired.
Okay.
Overeem just got destroyed
by my boy Jairzinho Rosenstrike.
I don't know, man.
And now the two people who destroyed Overeem most recently, Rosenstrike and Ngannou, are going to face each other in March, and my brain is melting already.
What if it's Velasquez as number 2?
If Velasquez shows up, I'm so happy.
Because I don't want that to be Velasquez's only fucking
That
shit.
couldn't have been his only shit. No,
that was garbage.
If Velasquez shows up, you know we have a problem.
It's going to be good. But yeah, so Lashley challenged Rusev, and Rusev showed up on the Titantron in front of a green screen, showing the most bullshit, obvious, fake, like island resort background thing.
Oh man,
it was just like a blue ocean that was way too blue to be real, and him holding a coconut while wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Like, it was the best.
Oh man.
And he basically he told off Lana, told off Bobby, and
Why the fuck is
he's gonna
everybody
fuck up
using
Bobby.
Sorry. Everybody's using the And Beyond moniker now all of a sudden.
The what?
I've been going there and beyond for the last decade and so.
Oh, there and beyond.
And now, look, I'm reading this thing right. Charlotte Flair's March to the Women's Royal Rumble match and beyond. Why did you have to throw the And Beyond in there?
I don't know.
There's no reason to throw the And Beyond in there. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm not trying to take responsibility for everything WWE, but damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. They're gonna have a match. It's gonna be another not blow off match because they want to annoy me for longer.
I want to see.
And they have to find their way to get Rusev and Lana back together on screen.
Oh my gosh, because they're still together. For those of you who don't know,
This is all kayfabe.
It's all kayfabe.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't even think I'm sitting here I'm trying to put myself in a situation where I could see my wife with another man and play it off well, and I don't know how I do that. I don't know how I do that. And she doesn't really like people like that anyway.
The only answer is to not have a wife.
Well, it's too late for that boat, bro. That ship sailed.
For you.
For me.
Say the fuck out of my DMs.
Hey, listen, I've noticed a lot of successful relationships stemming into WWE lately, so I ain't even mad at that. Yeah, Bray and JoJo. You got Corey and Carmella.
Let's just say that is the most successful
of all of them, because A, it's been going on the longest, B, they got a kid, and C, JoJo got that ass.
Which I am not referring to.
I am.
You can refer to all the whatever you want.
God damn. That ass.
I gotta pull a Shawn Michaels to cover my eyes.
Shawn Michaels, it's hard for Shawn to cover his eyes because one of them he has to go like this far over now.
Oh my gosh, you did not see that. Listen, Charlotte Flair brawled with Sarah Logan. Oh my gosh, I just had to chant, just switch it over, conversations just. I need to go see us.
Yeah,
oh,
Charlotte Flair beat the living shit out of my girl Sarah Logan.
Viking Princess.
Viking Queen.
Viking Queen? Are we giving her the Queen moniker yet, though?
I mean, I would have to, because, is any one of us gonna have the balls to tell Eric of the Viking Raiders that he ain't king?
Viking Queen it is. Viking Queen it is. All right.
Just saying.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying shit.
Look. I'll say this. I am not too proud to kick a nigga in the nuts.
Yeah.
Okay? I will Ric Flair your face. I will Roddy Piper your testicles, and then I will.
He's a Viking though.
Yeah,
so
he's probably take a kick to the nuts.
He's probably got some sort of weird codpiece made out of like a beluga whale's skull that's got spikes on the outside of it.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Like, get cut up trying to kick that man in the dick.
A 2 poke to the eye, a 1 poke to the eye, boom, and then a punch to the gut. I don't care, yo. I'm not fighting you fair. I'm not squaring up with you.
You hit his eyes and both of your fingers break.
I am not.
He's found a way to work out his eyes.
You know what I mean? Just like
they're as hard as his fucking stomach is.
Oh my gosh! I'll tell you right now, I ain't squaring up. I'm just throwing fucking hands.
I'm gonna be 100. I'm dropping into the fetal position and praying he go away thinking I'm dead already. Fuck that. But yeah, Charlotte kicked the shit out of Sarah. Setting herself up for Royal Rumble to be boss bitch. And we will see where that goes. She is much like Becky. She is now engaged.
Yeah.
So we will see what these girls do. Are these girls taking honeymoons? Are they the coolest women on earth and are down to not take honeymoons for wrestling?
You see, that's the thing. Working with the WWE, do you time it so that you get married in one place and then take your honeymoon in another, like on tour?
But that's not a honeymoon. If you're working a WWE schedule,
no, you could still take time for yourself. Like you don't have to wrestle, but you could still follow along with you can still go along.
But why would you at that point?
In the event that you're required.
But I think I mean, I think that's all just planned out with the people, anyways. I don't think it's a thing where they might be required while they're on honeymoon.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? Like,
saying,
I think that's probably a thing they got to set up, and
or
I think that's
appearances
why
and stuff like that. Like appearances are still a thing.
Appearances are a thing, but once again, not usually during your honeymoon. Like, not usually while you're on vacation. Like, I mean, look at Finn. Finn went away with lady from Fox News, or not Fox News, from Fox Sports. Went to Hawaii, got married, told his parents via postcard that, hey, you got a daughter-in-law now.
Yep.
And we're coming back now, and then took another month, and then showed up on NXT. So
WWE has been
take breaks.
Pretty good to cater to some of the.
They have to now. They got competition that people could go to.
Yeah.
You gotta make those concessions at that point, because if Becky and Charlotte want to go on honeymoons with Seth and Andrade. And Becky's contract is still in the air, you don't want her signing with AEW. Because if her contract ends and she don't re-sign, there ain't no compete clause. She shows up on AEW the next week.
Everybody goes with her. Everybody who she has following her go, where's Becky? Becky Lynch is on AEW. Boom.
Boom. Flip that channel.
Well, we'll see what happens.
You gotta make those concessions.
Drew McIntyre defeats No Way Jose and declares for the men's Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, he did.
You like the way I did that? I didn't even say the R from the tip of the tongue. It was all the way to the back. Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
That's real Irish.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did beat the living fuck out of
Kicked
everybody
his
in that
fucking
thing.
face off.
That was it. I mean, that was just another thing where it's once again.
Okay, but hold on a second. I don't like the way Vince is making us colored folks look stupid or weak.
Are Puerto Ricans colored?
Puerto Ricans?
No, I'm kidding.
Puerto Ricans colored? What kind of ignorance is that?
I hadn't noticed.
Oh, shit. What do you mean? Carlos Delgado, bro. That dude is almost as dark as I am, if not darker.
Yeah, but...
But he was Dominican, though, so...
Now who's ignorant? I was just going to say...
He's not Puerto Rican, he's Dominican.
I know. The best part was, as you were making that ignorant joke, I was about to say... Then again, I guess, what's his name? Sosa is a white man now.
Sammy?
Is it Sammy Sosa?
Sammy Sosa, yeah.
Is that who I'm thinking of, though? He
Oh.
went from real dark to real white, didn't he?
That was Michael Jackson.
No.
You're talking athletes?
I'm talking specifically baseball players that were
Did he used to play
dark
on the Cubs?
Cubans.
He used to play on the Cubs. Yep, Sammy Sosa. That's Sammy Sosa right there. For those of you who didn't see that, he was doing the whole the thing that Sammy Sosa does before he goes to play.
I just want to point this out, and just so
Okay.
you know, I ain't even bullshitting now.
When I Google Sammy Sosa, before I hit enter, I want you to read to the people what is the top suggestion.
Why do I have to read it? I can read
Cause-
it. You know how to read.
I'm the one who's saying it.
Samuel Kelvin.
No. What's the first suggested search underneath?
Sammy Sosa White.
Boom! Sammy
Actually,
Sosa
no,
is a white man now.
The second one is Sammy Sosa White. The first one's Sammy Sosa.
Well, that's just his name.
Sammy
I
Sosa
already
White.
filled that.
What?
But Sammy Sosa white, and you know why? Because of that, sir. Because Sammy Sosa is white now.
What in the fuck? Looks like he bleached.
Also Cuban. So not a Puerto Rican.
Oh, another non-Puerto Rican. Oh man.
But yeah,
He beat the fuck out of that whole dance party. They all died. The furries died. The
burger got.
the burger got.
bust up.
so yeah, I mean, this was literally just a whole thing of like, hey, here's how strong Drew is, and he's gonna be in the Royal Rumble. So cool.
Yeah.
Exists. It happened. Didn't have much story.
So far, it's Drew and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. So far, the only story you could
Take from that is that No Way Jose
is a punk and allows himself to get punked regularly.
Or Vince McMahon still has a little bit of prejudice in his system and doesn't want to see, you know what I mean?
I was
Certain
keeping it kayfabe.
I'm telling you right now, Vince, you need to stop. Like, if it wasn't for the New Day, like, we'd all look like...
Yeah, wait, what? There's no prejudice. The New Day gets away with murder every week.
No, they
cheating
do.
to beat the top guys.
They most certainly
Cheating
do not
to
get
beat
away
the
with
top
murder.
guys.
No.
Consistently.
We'll talk about that when we get to SmackDown. But no, like I don't want to say it's prejudice, and I can't have every. Obviously, we can't win them all. The way the system is, we barely win them some. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Like I just like I wanna see some people that like. You know what I mean? I want to see people doing good. Like, no way Jose's been getting his ass kicked for the last 3 years.
Since he came to main roster.
Since he came to
main roster, he ain't done nothing but get his ass whooped along with his friends.
Whooped.
Him and all his friends get
get your friends
juked all the time.
Too? Like,
all
what
the time.
Fuck? Bro. Like, I know y'all getting that nice check, but...
It better be a nice check of that all them beatdowns.
See, here we go again. Aleister Black defeats Shelton Benjamin. Buddy Murphy attacks in the back.
You said that name wrong.
Sorry. Aleister Black defeats Shelton
Benjamin.
And Buddy Murphy attacked Black after the match.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. It was another Black getting attacked after a match.
I'm telling you, like, I don't like reading too far into these things, but I have a bad habit of reading.
Whitest Black ever.
Wait, a man who's black got beat by a man whose name is Black.
No, I was talking about. I said another Black getting beaten after a match. So
Oh.
it was Aleister Black getting beaten by.
Yeah! The black guy got beat, and then the guy with black in his name got beat. Come on!
This episode of Raw brought to you by Rodney King.
Can't we all just get along? No, but this is terrible. Like, what is going on here? Vince, you need to find yourself some... You know what? I didn't say anything when Rowan beat the snap out of KJ Orso, so...
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and Big Show defeat Seth Rollins and AOP via disqualification.
Yeah. Weird decision to make it a DQ finish on Show's first match back. Also an interesting team to put
Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, and
the
Big Show?
Weird.
Never like Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
Still
makes sense, but still strange.
No, it's still strange.
But throwing the Big Show in there is like, what is this teaming? Like, what the fuck?
That's a fucking stable.
I don't know if that's a good stable.
That's a strange stable.
You got submissions, you have striking,
yeah,
and you just have raw, unadulterated power.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. I
don't see it as a long-lasting stable.
No, definitely not.
It's not like a Mega Powers.
No.
But, like, at the same time, it's an
intimidating group of men, that's for sure.
That's
for sure. Yeah, that's 100.
Although I have to say, Samoa Joe as a heel is a little bit more palatable.
Oh, yeah.
It's more believable.
I prefer him as a heel.
But, like,
big time.
It's all good.
Yeah. I think we'll get there again.
We'll get there. So we're going to go to NXT because that's on Wednesdays.
Yes, sir.
I still don't understand why the WWE doesn't put Raw, then NXT, then SmackDown. But I'll keep talking about it until they do.
Yeah.
Keith Lee, the man is just a monster.
I love him. I love Keith Lee.
Coming in with a little facial hair this time, too. I was like, what?
Yep. Okay, let me get this. I'm trying to get the January 8th results. Dish. I catch myself going like this every now and again. I walk into the store and I'm just like, no reason at all. Just bask in the glory. Okay, so we got the results. Oh, snap. NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, and Candice LeRae defeat NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray, Bianca Belair, and Io Shirai.
Amazing 6-woman tag team match. Toni Storm, amazing. She is incredible in the ring, and goddamn it if that girl ain't delicious.
But can I talk about Bianca Belair for a second, though? Yo, that girl...
I don't want to because I don't want to get my ass kicked by an ex-Marine.
Which one?
Her man's. Street Profits.
Oh, Montez
Ford.
Nah, big ups to Montez Ford,
Big
too.
ups to
What do
Montez
you mean?
Ford.
Yo, Jenny,
Big ups
tag
to
the Street
Montez
Profits
Ford.
in this shit. Tag the Street Profits. When they came in, like, I'm new to them, okay? I'm not even gonna act like I've been on them from they jumped off, but, like, I'm new to them. Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's almost worth Bobby Lashley looking like an idiot. It's almost. But, again, we still... Nah, that's too hype. Like, go through the crowd and they hype up the crowd. You know what I mean? It's like, dish, the red solo. That's what I'm talking about. I can almost.
Him and Bianca's a crazy power couple. Those.
Bro, mixed tag match. Wait till the mixed tag match happens.
I want those two versus Ricochet and Casey Catanzaro. That's the match I want. I want that mixed tag match.
But Casey will get her ass beat. Ricochet will put on a show.
3 of them will get their ass beat. Dude, Casey, do you remember Casey in the Women's Royal Rumble?
I saw her with the. Don't get me wrong. Casey's a contender.
Beast, but she don't have a whip attached to her head either.
No, she doesn't. She's so small. If that whip catches around her waist, could you imagine her just whip around the race, just pull? If they do that, we said it.
Yeah, spin her like a top.
Spin her like a top, just
great.
like. Could you imagine the whip around the waist, spin her like a top, and then the clothesline?
Oh,
I'm sorry, Casey.
That's a great.
I'm sorry, Casey. You have to come up with another.
Casey's the only one who could pull that combination off too. I think with them. I think it's perfect.
I'm telling you, like
great.
I don't see like. I'm sorry, Ricochet. Like you might do it and everything, but like Montez Ford, like I'm hyped. I don't even want to see them fight because, like they're just. You know, you have people like that.
They're too good.
They're just good like that.
Our eyes will melt if we watch this beautiful wrestling.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. It's so true. All right, so we got Imperium defeats Forgotten Sons in the first round of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
The Dusty Classic, baby. It's going down. We got all the best tag teams in NXT coming in, fighting each other, going to get to become the next son of a plumber.
Putting on a show that's gonna be super.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be super.
Yeah, fantastic match. Dusty Classic is always a fun time. It's so good. It's like my favorite. It's of the little tournament things that happen throughout the year in wrestling.
And for a list of those tournaments, you can go to www.com.
Yeah, I ain't saying them, but it is the best one. It's so good. The Dusty Classic.
Oh man.
Oh, it's great. And I think there was a second Dusty Classic match later.
Yeah, there was. We have Austin Theory defeating Jacqueline Wild.
I don't know either of these motherfuckers.
Nor do I.
They put on a good match, but I don't know either of these motherfuckers. And
I didn't like.
What the shit? I'm happy. This is one of the things that I love. Why I love NXT being 2 hours. I've never heard of them, and they were on TV, killing it. Good for them. Yeah. I got to see more of them though. I got to see more.
Okay. The Undisputed Era defeated Gallus in the first round of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Yeah, they did. Fucking Gallus is a great team. I love that team. But the Undisputed Era are undisputed. They're killing it. Always. Forever.
Shock the system.
All right. My boy fucking Kyle O'Reilly with the air guitar every time. It's fantastic.
Oh, here's one. Finn Balor challenged Johnny Gargano to a match at NXT TakeOver Portland.
Yeah. This is going to be a great match. I am so amped up for that. Love me some Johnny Wrestling. Love me some Finn Balor. It was a cool little segment. Johnny came out, cut a promo, all full of fire. And then Balor came out to rain on the parade, give him some shit, and challenge him. And yeah, we're gonna get a banger of a match at NXT Takeover Portland. That might end up being match of the night right there.
All right. Well, after that, we have Mia Yim defeating Kaden Carter, the head baddie in charge.
Yes! I fucking love the head baddie in charge. I love Mia Yim so much. She is next level.
How do you modify a knee to the face?
I can't remember what the alteration she does to it is. It's the way she gets to the face that is the modifier.
Okay.
Because it's not a straight. Like,
so is it like a step up?
I think so, but I think it might be a step up from the side.
Oh, okay.
I just can't remember.
Okay, all right.
But it's great. It's a great move.
Okay, all right.
And the chick she fought is amazing too. What's her name again? Cadence.
Kaden Carter.
Kaden Carter. She's a bad bitch too. She's a savage.
All right. Well, I definitely called it. Well, I called this one, but it seemed obvious. But I got my results. Keith Lee defeats Dominic Dijakovic, Cameron Grimes, and Damian Priest to become the #1 contender for the NXT North American title.
Yeah.
That spells problems for the Undisputed Era as a whole.
Yeah. Definitely does. So Keith Lee at this point is undeniable. He is so charismatic. He's so big. Eyes are just drawn to him anyways.
He's a massive man.
And he's just, I mean,
like he moves like like a cruiserweight.
Yeah, he shouldn't be able to move the way he does. And
why are you 340 pounds?
He does it so consistently.
Doing a goddamn moonsault.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's shades of Bam Bam Bigelow.
Vader.
Vader
didn't do a moonsault.
Vader couldn't do. No, he just did the Vader bomb.
Yeah.
But he was still a very, very agile big man, especially for his day.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is the modern day equivalent of those kind of massive, can't look away from him, terrified to see him pull off every move type shit. Kamala, same way. Rosie, same way.
Rosie was
rest in peace, Rosie.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, big things.
Just huge.
Love it. I love Keith Lee winning that match. I think that's the only way to go. I think Keith against Roddy is rough. I think that's going to be a hard-hitting match because Roddy takes bumps. Like, Roddy will take a fucking bump, and there's going to be some scary ones in that match, man. Guaranteed. I'm not ready to say that Keith is going to win 100% yet, but I'm definitely leaning towards Keith Lee winning that match.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Because we got to see if they're moving Undisputed Era to quote-unquote main roster, like the main 2 brand stuff, or if they're going to keep him on. I think they should keep him on NXT, but like, man.
I think they should continue doing what they did with Survivor Series, where they incorporate NXT into the pay-per-views.
I think they should only do that for Survivor Series.
Really? Not a tables, ladders, and chairs? Not an elimination chamber?
I mean, potentially. The only thing I worry about is losing the specialness of it. Because I think it's really special when NXT ends up going after the main roster at the moment.
Makes sense.
And putting them onto the other cards then is almost too often. Because, I mean, they already only have their pay-per-views once every 3 months. Like, attached to the big fours. But we'll see. I like the way that NXT tends to hold back a bit rather than just, like, not hold back in quality. Obviously, they fucking go all out in their matches and all that stuff. But the way that they don't do a pay-per-view every month, they don't do 3-hour shows. They don't do any of that stuff. Keeps it really fresh and keeps it moving and keeps it from getting bloated. And I worry. I love NXT so much. I just worry about them.
I still think the occasional NXT contender on the main roster, like on the quote-unquote main roster, will elevate them. Like not like the wild card, but like if they have the occasional appearance, it'll bring them up. It'll make them seen as on the same level as them. Like
for sure, we've just seen WWE so many times have something that could be really cool if done in moderation, or even not in moderation, but done in unique ways each time. Mm-hmm. We've seen that be their weakness, where they will just do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to make it interesting. And for me, keeping that church and state separation of keeping Vince out of the NXT stuff has been very good for it.
Yeah, I forgot
and
about
once
Vince.
you put them on main roster stuff, Vince is then getting a hand in what happens on that show.
I'm surprised the Street Profits didn't become a Street Expense or something.
Yeah. The street experience.
The Street Experience. You know what I mean? Oh, well, we'll get into the SmackDown conversation now. Brought to you by Expose the North. Expose the North and Troop Gang bring you Tough Talks with Thili and Dablock.
All day.
Yeah. John Morrison's time on Miz TV was cut short by the New Day.
Who? Yeah. Jomo's back, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Morrison, in the flesh, parkour style. He made it known to the WWE Universe that they should be ashamed of themselves for turning on the Miz.
Wow.
His words, not mine this time. It wasn't against top guys. I ain't defending nobody. He let them know that the audience know they're pretty disgusting for being such assholes about that. Then basically the New Day came out. They interrupted, and I can't remember what they did a Who thing right off the bat as they were walking out, and turned to do Kofi versus Miz 2 again.
That ended up in the Miz defeating Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, completely clean as a whistle.
Really?
No.
Really?
So Johnny, this is where we got to see Johnny Morrison still killing it with the parkour style shit. Johnny Morrison hit Big E with this crazy twisting flip off of the steel steps. Like, he just stepped up onto the steel steps and, like, nothing in his jeans and everything. Just did, like, this crazy 360 spin with a full front flip and kicked E in the face. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. So he's, yep, he can still go. Question answered. I'm excited, though, I think, because So, Morrison and Miz have been tag team champions together twice. So I think having them tag up for a little bit here would be a good move. Have them challenge New Day for them titles.
See how that goes.
For them tattles.
The 7th time? Are they 7th time? 7th time? 7th time?
Who?
7th time? 7th time?
Yeah, but like 5 of those were cheating against the Revival.
Only 3 of them, and none of them were cheating. Only 3 of them, and none of them were cheating, but it's all good.
No, I can't prove that.
Neither can you.
Yeah, I can. I said it.
Okay. Oh, man. Mandy Rose defeats Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, this was awesome. So I forgot about this until you just said that. I got real excited there. Mandy Rose went and made amends with my boy Otis.
Oh my gosh.
Brought him that cake. Did you see that?
I didn't even see that. No.
So Mandy Rose came up to Otis backstage. Otis was standing there all sad. And Tucky came over to cheer him up and be like, "Yo, man, I know how you feel about Mandy. Like, I know, but you gotta move past that. Like, you know, that was rough what she did." And he's just sitting there, just sad, pulling the resistance band up, sad. And Mandy comes over with this big white box and hands it to him and goes, "Listen, I know it was fucked up what I did, and I'm so sorry that like I let Ziggler step on your mom's cake. It was not cool, and I really did appreciate it. And so I wanted to do something to at least try to start to make it up to you." And she hands him this big white box. And then she opens the big white box, and there's a big-ass cake in there with all, like, vanilla icing and all, like, made up and stuff, and said, "I'm sorry, Otis," and then had a Tonka Caterpillar truck.
Oh my gosh.
On the top. It was adorable shit.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. As much as this is all gonna be leading to Mandy being a cunt to my boy at some point, I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna lie. It totally, like, as I watched it, I was like, aw. I was like, that is fucking one of the cutest things WWE has ever done. Like, just on sheer adorable shit alone. The fact that she brought him a big sorry cake with a Caterpillar truck on top of it. It was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then while she was facing Alexa Bliss, all of a sudden, Heavy Machinery's music hits, and Otis and Tucker are walking down the aisle. Otis is holding the cake holding the box with it open and the cake showing off, and he's just walking all happy as shit and doing the least adorable shit WWE has ever done on TV because he's walking with this in his hand and going,
"Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, no!"
And doing that as he's walking down, and he gets to like halfway down the ramp, and he's just looking, "Oh yeah." And Alexa is, like, confused and looks like, "What the fuck?" And while she's looking, Mandy rolls her up and gets the 3 count.
Oh, man.
And while she's doing that, Otis is taking handfuls of cake and is going,
"Oh, my gosh. Wow. Wow. That's great.
It's amazing. And I hope Otis and Mandy hook up in real life.
Oh, my goodness. Could you
I want that to be the next power couple. I want them to get married.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Mixed, we'll start having them as a mixed tag team first, I guess. See how that goes.
Please let it happen.
Oh, man.
Please let that happen. It would be so amazing.
Oh,
There would be no man on earth I was happier for than my man Otis. If Otis gets Mandy Rose, my God.
Lacey Evans and Bayley got into a massive brawl.
Yeah. From what I understood, Lacey had a match set with Sasha.
Yep.
It was coming out. Bayley attacked her in the back. And, yeah, just kind of beat the living shit out of her for a bit. But then got the shit kicked out of her. Took a massive woman's right.
Oh, no.
From the, like, hardcore bad bitch ex-Marine Lacey Evans.
That's
Semper
like
Fi. Like,
the 4th one, isn't it?
No, the
more
WWE has always had a lot of ex-Marines and military in there. I mean, Sergeant Slaughter was legit Marines.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Sergeant Slaughter was legit.
Okay.
He was a drill instructor.
Oh, fuck, that explains it.
I think Bob Backlund was U.S. Army.
Yeah. Cena was in there.
Cena was in the Army for a bit. I don't think he did active service, though. Montez Ford was active service Marine. Lacey Evans was active service Marine. Jesse the Body Ventura was a fucking Navy SEAL.
Like a fucking Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
That's like the top tier of armed.
Like, that's the specialists. That's the motherfuckers who got Bin Laden.
Yeah.
This is Navy SEAls.
Yep.
Like.
Yep. Jesse the Body Ventura knows things that no man will ever see.
Nope. For sure. But yeah. So I mean, the WWE has a long history with servicemen.
Right.
But yeah, Lacey's a bad bitch. She's a gangster. She's a hardcore Marine too. She is so ridiculously toned and jacked from all that fucking like work. She is
Like, I saw arms, bro. Like, there's one picture I saw, and I'm just like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, why do your arms have more definition than mine? That's it.
And you know what's fucked up, too?
What?
Is she, as much as she really works as a heel, like, she really works as a heel.
Yeah.
She's kind of killing it as a face right now. She's kind of doing really well as a face.
I haven't really seen her since she started her face, because I've been doing, like, the podcast and stuff down here, so I haven't really got to catch it.
She's kind of rocking it. Like, she's kind of she's super authentic, like, just genuine as shit.
Like, you think she could actually be that person in real life?
Yeah, okay. And she's like, because she's bringing up, like, how, especially, so, and this is fucked up, too. This is why it's a perfect feud to be a face in, ironically, with Bayley being the heel, because, like, you know, a year ago, if you told me we're getting heel Bayley versus face Lacey, I would have told you to jump off a bridge. Like, the fuck out of here. That's going to be garbage.
Gotta be careful saying that kind of shit out here.
Yeah, apparently. But like that's going to be garbage. Like, but it's not, and it's because Sasha and Bayley have started this whole now claiming to be role models, even though they're the bad guys type thing, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, claiming we are the role models and try to be like, blah, 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 blah. Whereas Lacey Evans is a legit role model.
Yeah. Lacey
Evans is a mother, a Marine, a fucking wrestler, a good person, goes out and does charity work, does, like, USO shit, does all this shit.
And she's got a mean right hand.
And she's stunning. Like,
honestly, she's a beautiful woman.
She's a beautiful woman.
I'm not gonna lie.
And
but then again, hold on.
All of them are.
All of them. They all have their qualities.
All of them are.
Qualities.
But I'm just saying, like, specifically with all the she is a complete package.
She is the full.
She's
package.
Everything.
Like, she can legit give Charlotte Flair a run for her money.
She could be. Like, with enough work at the in-ring technical aspects, like the small things that she does get wrong. She could be the face of the company at some point, man.
I wouldn't say more than 5 years.
Like, she could legit be the face of the company, and that's crazy.
I wouldn't say
with how new she is to it.
It would not take 5 years for her to be that, be at that precipice.
She could be, and it's I wouldn't have said it 6 months ago. I wouldn't have said it.
Hey, we have this on record. It is Monday, January 12th, 13th. Monday, January the 13th. You have it here. We're saying in less than 5 years, Lacey Evans is going to be the face of the company. Massive, definitely.
Like, crazy.
Definitely has everything that it takes. And that's not to discredit, like, I want it, but when she's up there, I like to see her being, like, put up against people like Naomi, people like Asuka, people like
100%.
Lynch, you know what I mean?
I think she's very much the kind of feud that raises any participant. Like, I think a feud with her at her peak raises anybody who's, like, is good. It's a positive for anyone going in there with her, whether they beat her or lose.
I'll even give them a potential script where it comes to like Bianca Belair. They promote her like she's like the street chick, right?
Yeah.
So put street against service.
Yeah.
Put the street against the service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, see how that turns out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna tell you which direction to go with it. But I'll let you know, like...
Well, and Bianca's man's in the service.
Exactly. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? But with the street versus the service, and just see how it goes. Like, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't doubt they're on both sides of the coin. Like, the service has gone through some shit that the street will never see.
Yeah.
And the street has 100%. Gone through some shit that the service will never
100%.
see.
Oh,
so,
I think it'd be great.
I mean? Like, there's definitely...
I'm with that feud 100%.
Definitely. I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
All right. We got this... Is it this last one? No, it's not the last one. It's the second last one. All right, we got Braun Strowman defeating Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, we setting up for that Braun IC title run. Braun's getting that IC title at Rumble, I think.
You think so?
I think so. I think that's the place you do it. I mean, once again, I love that belt on Shinsuke.
That belt looks so fucking beautiful. Like, the belt by itself. Genuinely, I like when you were talking about buying the ivory title. I was like, okay, that's nice, but I don't think that. Like, I want the buckles. You know what I mean? I want to get the buckles.
Yeah,
on
the plates.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The plates. I want to get those plates. The plates that I kind of, you know what I mean? Help.
Every week I see it, I move a little closer to loving it as much as I love the the OG.
I'm just trying to find a way to get it by letting them know that if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have the idea to change the fucking buckles.
Yeah.
But legit, like, that is my, and if I have to buy it, I'm going to buy it under the pretense that I'm going around saying, you see this right here? You see this right here? I'll bring both belts and I'll just hold them side by side. Just like, tell me you don't see the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's crazy.
No, yeah, it's, I fucking love that belt so fucking
It's
much.
so nice. It's so, like, and it's flashy, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like,
it's a perfect blend of pomp and fucking, like, just normal.
Yeah.
And it's gritty, but it's also shiny. Like, it's
Yes.
both. It is both.
Excuse me.
It's gorgeous.
Yes, it is. I fully agree with you on that one. Like, I looked up the price. It's like $568.
Yeah, it's pricey.
It's a fucking.
I gotta save up some money and then wait until like just for that and put it aside.
Yeah.
So that one day when they do the thing and they're like 50% off title belts for this
Yes.
pay-per-view night, I'll be
Yes.
like, cool, buy it then.
Yep.
Buy it right then and get that shit over. Because like, what a.
But here's the question now, because I'm fighting this battle myself. PS5 or title belt?
It's PS5.
Yeah.
PS5's functional.
True, and like you got the reverse compatibility. You know, we might even have. I was going to talk to you about like having a gamer podcast.
We can do that.
You know what I mean?
We can do that.
Like that's definitely something that like I want to get into because like I see the up down down. You know what I mean? Shout out to Xavier Woods and everybody he brings on there. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I want to get into. I want to start doing some streaming and stuff like that. I just got to get a better camera and mic at my house.
Okay.
So that I have like one that doesn't sound like my PlayStation mic when I'm streaming.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm totally into starting a gaming cast too. We can do
USB
that.
mic, will that plug into your PlayStation and work?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. Okay, so Roman Reigns' arrival and Robert Roode's return led to a shocking conclusion as the Usos took on King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler.
Shocking conclusion, I would say, is correct here. Because, I mean, Usos came back last week, right?
Yeah.
And looked great, but like we're just showed up, didn't have a real match, and then you don't have them go out looking strong in the first match back with Roman. Like what? Because I mean, really, they got dogged out by the King's Court. Like, it's, you know, like
What they're still paying for it. That's what it is. They're still paying for it. They're still paying for
that's
it.
true.
That's what
That's
it is.
true.
They
Jimmy did square up with a cop and take
who
his
the-
shirt off.
You know what? You know what though? But you know what? Minus taking the shirt off, I can understand where he's coming from.
Of course, but
I can no buts. Don't come at me with badge and gun.
He had to do. What I would have said is, with your wifey in the car drunk, like with your wifey in the car and you're in the passenger seat drunk, is not the right time to do that.
No, it's not the right time. You see,
either of your careers.
My situation was different. Like I was at my house, sober as fuck.
yeah,
I had the legit course.
yeah.
I had the legit course, and then the cop stepped to me, and I'm just like, okay, put your badge and your gun down over there, and let's see who the real fucking man is. He said, excuse me? I puffed up my chest. I said, put your fucking badge and your fucking gun down over fucking there, and let's see who the fuck the real man is.
Yeah.
And he looked at me like, you are one crazy nigga. He didn't say that. But the look on his face was like, he looked at me like, you're really saying this to me? And I knew I could say it to him because I had the Charter of Rights and Freedoms hanging right behind me. So I'm just like, I looked at it before I opened the door. I saw the cops were outside. I looked at it. Which one of these laws do I have to remember? Okay, cool. Freedom of speech. There we go. Innocent until proven guilty.
Went full Sonya Deville. Hair up, square up.
Square up, square up, fashion. Let's go. What do you mean you're knocking on my door with some bullshit? But no, honestly, the viewers, do not square up with police. I do not recommend it. They will tase your ass.
It's not a good idea.
They will tase your ass. You better know. You better be talking about some legalities before you even say nothing else.
I watch enough best of blank blank county Sheriff's Department on Live PD.
Live PD! Yo!
On YouTube?
I just got put
Isn't
out
that
to that
so did I! So did I, like 2 days ago.
Yo, like last week I got put out to that. Like, what the fuck is that?
Actually, yeah, you know what? It was like 5-6 days ago. But yeah.
Like, I played My Team, Your Team.
I can't stop turning it off.
Yo, I played My Team.
I can't stop playing it, I mean.
My Team, Your Team, where before anything starts, I was playing with Turp.
Who's in the wrong? Who's in the right? Yeah.
Who's in the right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at one time, the cop came out and the cop was like, yeah, my team.
Bro, there's this black cop that works for some county in Louisiana.
All right.
My man is Bobby Lashley.
For real, eh?
Homeboy. Jacked.
Yeah?
Jacked.
Oh, gosh.
Like, if you look at his side profile,
Yeah.
chest
Yeah.
to back,
Yeah.
like that big.
Damn.
Like, just at the chest.
Damn.
And then it go like, you know how most dudes, when they're real jacked, it go down a bit?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Because he's just jacked straight down like he's a brick shit house, legit.
Like a rhino.
Yes,
But
but
taller.
not fat. No fat on him.
Rhino's not...
Rhino's fat.
He has...
Rhino's fat.
Like, he's big... Like...
Rhino got a beer gut.
Okay. But he's still like a truck, though.
Oh, he's
like,
still a truck, though.
Yeah.
But this guy, imagine the Rhino, like, just sturdiness.
Rhino size, Lashley definition.
So, Rhino thickness.
Okay.
Like, in just, like, sheer mass.
Okay.
Lashley height.
Oh, fuck.
Skin.
Yeah.
And definition.
Damn. That's,
And perfectly bald-ass head.
that's
with no
a
beard.
Monster. That's a monster.
Homeboy
of a man.
was terrifying. And his name was amazing. Oh, my God. I got to message my boy, have him tell me what this dude's name was.
Right.
Because that dude...
Live PD. I gotta text that to him like right now. Oh my gosh.
I can't remember. It was like Chop something. It was fucked up. Like it was Officer Chop and Bang or something fucked up.
Oh man.
Like it legit seemed like a fake name that you would pick to be intimidating, but like it was just his name.
Oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, where did you get that last name?
Oh my gosh, that is great. Until you get the answer, we got some. Is it UFC news or NJPW? You wanna?
UFC. So
Okay.
I just want to. This is just preview stuff. This week, the notorious one, Conor McGregor, comes back after not having fought since his last fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Wasn't it the bus incident?
The bus incident was months before the fight. The bus incident was when Khabib was set to fight Tony Ferguson last, which he is now set to fight Tony Ferguson again for the 5th time, and hopefully it doesn't get canceled for a 5th time.
Oh my gosh.
Khabib
wow.
has pulled out 3 times. Tony has got injured twice during the build-ups to these fights.
Oh, okay.
So it's a cursed fight. Hopefully it gets done this time, because if anybody is going to beat Khabib right now, I see it being Tony Ferguson.
Okay.
Tony Ferguson, unlike everyone else, when Khabib takes people down, their entire focus is on the scramble and trying to get out of that position and get their backs to the fence so they can walk up and get back to their feet. Tony Ferguson doesn't give a fuck about being on his feet. Tony Ferguson, when you have him in like full mount, and normally you would be the one throwing elbows and punches down on his face, he is elbowing the shit out of your face and fucking you up from the bottom. Tony Ferguson is a psychopath, and he is not to be fucked with.
I like that kind of fighter. I like
so do I.
I kind of fight like I don't fight very often. I
Yeah.
try to avoid fights because like my size differential to most of society is plus plus 30 pounds plus 6 inches. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so I don't like to but if I do have to fight, I like to know that motherfucker's coming right at me, because your momentum is mine.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, I'm absorbing whatever blow, because like you have to hit me pretty hard, and I'm still gonna put you in a move that you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, Tony's a crazy motherfucker. But that fight is not until April. The fights this weekend are is the Connor Cowboy card. It's coming from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Prelims start at 6:15 p.m. The beginning of the show is at 6. It's just there's like 15 minutes of talks before the fights start. And yeah, it's a pretty big card. We got JJ Aldrich, who is a bad bitch, fighting Sabina Mazo at women's flyweight. We've got let's see here, Tim Elliott facing Askar Azarov with in the flyweights. Those are on the early prelims. Prelim card, we've got Chaz Kelly versus Grant Dawson, Drew Dober versus Nasrat Hakprost, who's a savage beast.
Do you practice these names, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, how are you saying them so quick?
Well, I have practiced them in just talking about these people for the last couple of years.
Okay.
We got Andre Touchy Feely.
What?
His nickname is Touchy because his last name is Feely.
Okay, because I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Andre Touchy Feely. He's a bad man. He is fighting Sadiq Youssef, who is another bad man. Both of them are at featherweight. Those records are 26-0 for Andre, 10-1 for Sadiq Youssef. Then main event for the prelims, we got Roxanne Modafferi versus Macy, the motherfucking future Barber. Macy is on track to become the youngest ever champion in UFC history.
Okay.
Right now, she is 8-0, facing Roxanne, who is 23-16. Macy has been calling out Paige Van Zandt for a year now, almost trying to get Paige to fight. Paige seems to be a little too pussy to do it, and is legit just ducking Macy because Macy is scary. Macy is scary.
We're gonna start having sound effects for you motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. And then the main card. So the main card, we have 5 fights. All of them are bangers. We have, starting off the night, Anthony Showtime Pettis. Facing off against Carlos Diego Ferreira. Amazing fighters. Specifically, Anthony Showtime Pettis. Anthony Pettis is a bad man.
I know another Showtime on the indie circuit.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Somebody goes like Showtime on the indie circuit, yeah.
We got women's strawweight. We got Claudia Godelia versus Alexa Grasso. That's going to be a banger. 17-4 versus 11-3. We got Alexei Olenek, the legend, coming out against Maurice Green at heavyweight. That is 57-13.
57.
Alexei Olenek is 57
hell.
wins and 13 losses, 1 no contest. 1 draw. Maurice Green is 8 wins and 3 losses.
That is going to be a hill to climb.
Yeah.
Now, they're obviously comparable.
Yeah.
But
Alexei's at 57 victories.
Experience is going to be the difference maker in this one.
On paper, Alexei should get this by on sheer experience.
On paper, yes.
But Maurice is a savage beast. He's
remember,
got a right hand that does not fuck around.
56 fights, that means 56 fights. You have to have Saiyan blood, not to have some weakness.
Well, 71 fights.
Sorry, you're right, 71 fights.
Yeah, 57 victories.
Yeah, so...
Then at a co-main event, we've got women's bantamweight. People trying to go for that number 1 contender spot. We got Holly Holm, who is 12-5. Her last fight was against my girl, Amanda Nunes, who is the current double champ for women's bantam and featherweight titles. And she's facing off against Raquel Pennington, who her last fight was also against Amanda Nunes, and they both got dummied. So it's basically 2 victims of Amanda Nunes going after each other for the chance to be a victim of Amanda Nunes a second time. At a different weight class this time, because they both got beat at featherweight by Amanda, and now they're going down to bantamweight, where the champion is Amanda still.
Wow.
So...
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all are suckers for punishment.
You can't fuck with Amanda Nunes. She's the greatest women's combat sports athlete of all time. I've been trying to tell you bitches this.
Even greater than Ronda?
Yes.
Even greater than Holly?
Yeah, Amanda Nunes knocked out Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, and Chris Cyborg. If you put all three of those fights together in the time they lasted, still doesn't leave the first round.
Okay. All right.
She knocked out Chris Cyborg in 52 seconds. Knocked her unconscious. Chris Cyborg, who was on a 13-year winning streak at that point. She beat Holly Holm, who head-kicked Ronda Rousey into another dimension in the first round of her fight with Ronda. She beat Holly in 1 minute 7 seconds. Might be a little off there. I'm pulling all of this from memory, but I know it's really close to that.
Okay.
She beat Ronda in about 58 seconds. All those together, we have made it just over halfway through one round of an MMA fight.
I know the math.
That's insane. She's the greatest of all time at that point. No arguments.
I guess.
Like,
does she have any Olympic gold?
No, but Ronda doesn't either.
Olympic medallions.
Ronda has one of those, but Amanda never competed in a sport that is in the Olympics. Like, she's not a judo fighter. She's not a boxer. She's a mixed martial artist, and there is no MMA in the Olympics.
So are you saying that there should be MMA in the Olympics?
100%.
I agree with that.
I would say MMA has more of a place in the Olympics than judo or boxing. I think both.
Boxing.
I think both of those belong in the Olympics. I'm not arguing either of those shouldn't be. I'm just saying on a pure athletic competence level of testing somebody at the most things at once within a sport, you're being tested on way more stuff in MMA than boxing. And that's just, and that's not to put boxing. That's not to put boxing down at all, because it's just a simple fact of, in MMA you can get hit with elbows, kicks, and you have to be aware of all of those. In boxing, you just have to be aware of their hands, for stuff coming at you.
The complexity of it is definitely greater, I would say. Because
that's what I mean.
The appendages required.
Yeah, just the number of variables alone makes it a more complicated sport, which is why the 10-point must system that MMA has adopted from boxing is not the best way of scoring a fight.
It's like 20 points. There's like more than 20 points.
There should be,
but
there's not.
Because you have your fist, that's 2.
Yeah.
Your elbows, that's 4.
Well, because the 10-point must system, the way it works, right, is every round one person gets 10. The winner of the round gets 10 points. The loser of the round gets 9 points. Every round, no matter what.
No.
Unless it's a dominant round where the other person doesn't get any offense in, then the winner gets 10 and the loser of that round gets 8 points. But you could have 2 rounds where you dominate, or you could have 2 rounds, right? One round, you dominate someone, but they get a little bit of offense in, but you just dominate them, right? Mm-hmm. Then you could fight them the second round, and you could win that second round, but it'd be much, much closer.
Yeah.
And the points for those 2 rounds are identical to each other, still 10-9. And that's a problem, because it's not honest to what you're seeing when you look at those scorecards 6 months down the line, and you can't necessarily remember the fight. You see those 2 10-9 rounds. It's like, oh yeah, he hit him with 10-9 rounds every time. But it's like, yeah, but that second round was not nearly as dominant as that first. And if they had gone to a third, it could have went. There's too many variables to be able to point stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, the main event, the last one, obviously the notorious one, Conor McGregor versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Huge fight, years in the making. They first kind of talked shit about each other at the UFC 205 5 press conference, which was the conference for Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez, where he beat Eddie Alvarez, becoming the double champ, the first ever UFC double champ. And while they were at that press conference, Cowboy said that Conor shouldn't move up to lightweight. He should stay down at featherweight because he's going to get hurt, basically. He's like too big up here, blah, 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 blah. And Conor told Cowboy at that time, he said, I see stiffness in that division. And he's like, I see stiffness in that division. You're all stiff. I would break you like a board. And they talked some shit at each other. They got some personal respect for each other over the years. They've kind of shot the shit a little bit on Twitter, had little DMs back and forth. Cowboy has been putting up awesome little promo pictures that fans have made for the fight. Like this one here. I'll show you. It's the proper 12 bottle with a cowboy hat on top of it.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
He's also put up things where it's a Bud Light can with American trunks and a proper 12 bottle with Irish trunks on it. And he's done a lot of work trying to get this fight, and Conor appreciated the way he went about it. And at this time in his career, he said, the best way to get me around is not through trying to shit talk, but trying to give me a challenge that excites me. And so we're here for it. The fight is at welterweight, though it mostly has implications, I believe, for the lightweight division. It's only at welterweight because they're both decided we're not going to cut weight for this. So they're both coming in at their natural walk-around weight. Cowboy will probably come in around 170, which is the welterweight limit. Conor, I'm guessing, will probably be between 165 and 167-ish. His 2 previous fights at welterweight, he did not come in at 170. He came in underweight for both of them because he's not 170 pounds. Like, just naturally, he is not a 170 pounder. So yeah, it's going to be very, very, very interesting. I think it could be over very quick, or it could be very dragged out. But that is the fucking fights this weekend, boys, and y'all better be watching it because I guarantee you, I will be going off about it next week.
Oh yes, definitely. And we managed to get this in under an hour and a half.
Boom.
Actually, at an hour and a half.
Yep.
We got a few other podcasts for you. There is, holy cow, there is Daddy-Daughter Time that happens on Mondays at 8 o'clock, well, around 8 o'clock. That's the podcast I do with my daughter. We have Candid Conversations. This week, we will be having the Niagara Drop the Mic winner, Samantha Ava, coming through. We're going to have interesting conversation this Wednesday around 6 o'clock. We have a Hardline with Interp and the Block that happens it's going to be happening on Thursday this week around 6:30.
Boom.
Maybe a bit earlier. And then we have Tough Talks with Thili and the Block. That's our floating show. Happens whenever we make it happen.
Yeah.
And then we got the Tyrell Effect. That's on Saturdays at 12. This week we're either going to have Lil Haitian Beats on here, and we're gonna put something together. It's gonna be nice. So and Max Payne's gonna be down here too, or should be down here too. So yeah, check us out. Or you can find our podcast on Spreaker.com/TheTyrellEffect. The Tyrell Effect.
Yeah.
On Spreaker.com. You got anything else to say to the peoples?
We are currently working on a potential streaming thing that we may be doing for Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye out for that. We'll keep everyone updated as it gets closer.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be fun.
And also, the Cheshire Black album is finally up online. It will be available for pre-order as of tomorrow. It drops officially on January 23rd. Tell everybody about it. It's going to be hype.
100%. 100%.
All right. So, or whatever it is, and wherever you be, tune in to us for the 1, 2, 3.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.